So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Now Jones. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Throwing Jones. And this one is incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, we talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending, because what you were thinking was they were going to put it in the end zone themselves, not have it go the other direction.
Sanders now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Finding some room at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance.
And this is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Christian Kirk, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing to start the drive. Keenan. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
First carry now for Trey Sermon.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Keenan. They'll roll him out right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
On the counter, Sermon. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And back to Sermon on 1st down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To throw on 2nd down, Keenan. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. These two teams all tied after 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On the handoff, Sermon.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Off play action. Keenan looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They'll run for it. Sermon.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
Sermon.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Trey Sermon
with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September, much more preferable.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Looking to throw.
Keenan. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On 1st down, Keenan over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been fourth down.
Exactly.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. They run. Here's Sermon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Sermon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Budda Baker. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Keenan eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now a run with Sermon. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they'll run the toss here with Sermon.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, They're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Keenan. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And we'll get a couple here down to the 22. On 3rd down, here's Sermon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
This one's knuckling, and it just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Throwing to start the drive. Jones going top shelf for Smith-Schuster.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. The play fake. Jones sliding out of the pocket. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for New Orleans. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jones. Touchdown, Saints. Kyle Pitts hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite level production.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. This is now a one-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st and 10, Keenan. He's got the hook up with Diggs. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 3rd down. Keenan. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. A real opportunity for them. Their defense got the key 4th down stop. Now all they need is a field goal to snag the lead. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the 1st.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They run with Harris. Room to run past midfield, and he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Jones on the move to his left.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right.
Right back to Pitts again.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Harris. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll try to run with Harris. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Damian Harris, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They're going to run it with Harris. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Jones.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game.
Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Second and 11 now.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So that one will be accepted. On second down now, it's Harris, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Saints, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6.